We often hear about the alarming rise in sea levels, but have you ever wondered where that water contributed to this rise comes from? Let's turn our attention to Antarctica. Antarctica, the southernmost continent of the Earth with some of the iciest landscapes. But in recent decades, this frozen continent has been undergoing unstoppable changes, losing ice mass at a rate of 150 billion tons annually, all pouring into the sea, displaying the impact of climate change has had on a global scale. The west coast of the Antarctic has been one of the fastest warming regions on Earth over the past 50 years. Scientists have been diligently studying Antarctica, trying to understand the climate patterns and predict a better future and offer a solution before situations get worse. However, the effects of climate change have already shifted Antarctica's physical and ecological status far beyond what we have studied.
One of the most visible signs of Antarctic's transformation is the retreat of the ice shelves. These massive structures, floating extensions of grounded ice sheets, are disappearing at an unprecedented rate. Each summer, these ice shelves produce vast quantities of melting water, a natural occurrence in the Antarctica's peninsula. However, there is a limit to how much melting water an ice shelf can withstand before it starts to weaken and recede. A threshold known as limit of variability. As temperatures rise on Antarctica's peninsula, this limited of variability shelves southward, causing the familiar stable ice shelves to retreat. Since the 1950s, a total of 25,000 kilometers square of ice shelf has been lost from around Antarctica's peninsula. In volume, this is equivalent of the UK domestic water requirement of around 1,000 years. If the Antarctica's atmosphere warms again, more ice shelves could disappear over the next century.
Beyond having an effect on the icy landscapes, changes in Antarctica's living environment also are evident. Penguins and krill, iconic species of the Southern Ocean, are facing existential threats. Antarctica's krill population, an important part of Southern Ocean food web, are declining due to decreased sea ice. This decline affects the whole ecosystem, endangering the whales, seals, and penguins that rely on krill for food and survival. Krill also rely on sea ice as their nursery. They feed on algae.
There must be trillions upon trillions of krill larvae feeding on the underside of the ice.
However, as sea ice diminishes, so too does the habitat for these vital algae. Changes in algae growth patterns are inevitable, leading to a potential shift from large species to smaller ones in the Antarctic ecosystem, a shift with profound impacts. Adelaide penguins, who are well adapted to sea ice conditions, are also declining as their habitat shrinks and prey species disappear. Emperor penguins, the largest of all penguin species, are also experiencing the same population decline of up to 50% in some areas. As Antarctica's ice continues to melt at an alarming rate, the fate of its iconic inhabitants hang in the balance. The time to act is now for the preservation of Antarctica's biodiversity and the well-being of our planet.
The impacts of climate change on Antarctica are profound, but there is hope. Together, we can take meaningful steps to mitigate its effects and protect this fragile continent. By reducing our carbon emissions, embracing sustainable practices being as simple as buying single-use plastic and advocating for conservation efforts, we can slow the progressing of the climate series and help protect Antarctica. We believe that as more and more people realize how important it is to protect Antarctica from the effect of climate change, we will be able to slow down the impact of climate change on Antarctica and protect the local ecological environment and ensure the sustainable future for all.